Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a messy
There's
one.
the Call of the Wild. I will watch.
That's a messy one.
At some point, you're going to join the party.
I
Yeah,
know.
Like,
you would think.
I still have work
summer's
to do during
almost
the day.
over,
You would
but it's not over yet.
You
Yeah.
think. Anyway, this is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that is returning from a lengthy break because God knows it's exhausting putting together this 40 minutes of sparkling entertainment once a week. God, it's so hard. So we needed
Yeah.
a lot of time.
We needed a month off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did apparently.
We needed a month off. But
Yeah.
we're back and we're happy to be back with you.
Sure, are we ever?
We were all away, so each of us kind of had taken a vacation throughout August at different times, and we were like, well, we'll just take the month off because it was going to be hard to even record them.
I actually just returned. We did a whirlwind trip east to, we went to New York City, saw a couple of Broadway plays.
Ooh, which
Wow.
ones?
I saw the brand new Back to the Future, the musical.
Oh, and
It just
Ooh.
opened on Broadway.
was it
It
good?
was, yeah, it was very entertaining.
Okay.
The
Oh.
DeLorean flies at the end. I don't know how
Ooh.
they did that.
I like that.
Yeah, we enjoyed it, and then we had planned for a while to go see MJ, the Michael Jackson.
Oh, yes.
The musical, and it was, I mean, really good.
Haven't you
Okay.
been to any Caribbean resort any time in the last 30 years?
The Michael Jackson Show.
No, it's not like that.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness, it's not like that.
Was it like the Whitney Houston hologram show that I saw in Las Vegas? That was a very
No.
large disappointment.
No, this was
Okay.
real people playing Michael Jackson, and they were amazing.
Okay.
From
Great.
Jackson 5 Michael to all the way up to the end.
Weird Michael?
Oh, okay.
Weird Michael. Yeah, exactly.
Good.
It's really well done. So New York City, which is, by the way, a lot.
Does
whenever
the
you're in New
nose
York.
fall off at the end?
No, it doesn't. It's no. It didn't get that far into it. It didn't last that long.
I don't know how they
Um,
did it.
So that's what I did. We were there. We were in Cape Cod. We were in Boston.
pretty.
Yeah, just a little whirlwind trip.
I was in Boston too.
Oh, really?
We went east also this summer. At the very beginning of August, we left and we went to a Great Wolf Lodge, which I will talk about in New
Why
Hampshire.
would you do that?
I don't know. And then we went to Old
How is that a
Orchard Beach.
vacation going to a Great Wolf Lodge? That sounds like
It was for the kids. And Julia's been begging to go. And so we did. So we met my sister at Great Wolf Lodge in Fitchburg, New Hampshire. And then we went to Massachusetts. We went through a lot of states. We went to Massachusetts and then Maine to Old Orchard Beach, which is kind of like Grand Bend around here.
Mhm.
It's a big, busy
nice.
beach town. Yeah, it was lovely. We had cottages that were awesome. And then one day the Jays were at Red Sox. So we took the train into Boston, which is about 2 hours from there. And we went to see the Red Sox Jays game
Nice. Fenway Park. You can't beat
at
it.
Fenway. Yeah, that was
Fenway.
cool.
Fenway
And the
Park.
Jays, I believe, won that game handily.
Yeah,
didn't
it
they?
was. They did. Yes, it
Oh,
was a
nice,
good game to be
nice.
at.
I
Actually,
don't get the Great Wolf Lodge thing, but okay.
the Great Wolf
Mhm.
Lodge. Oh my gosh! So we've never been to a Great Wolf Lodge, and so Julia, who's 10, has been begging to go because her friends have gone to the one in Niagara and da da da. So I knew we were going to the States, and I kept seeing Great Wolf Lodge in the States on Groupon. And I was like, well, I wonder if there's one on the way to where we're going, right? And lo and behold, there was.
Oh, for sure there
Of
was.
course
There's a
there
lot
is.
of them. Yeah, there's a
Mm.
lot of them. So I actually booked it at a very nice discount, and the prices are better even with the exchange rate in the States. It's cheaper. So we ended up going for 3 nights, which I think was 1 night too long. And
I would say
the
3 nights
kids-
too long.
I would
The
say
kids
3
loved
nights.
it.
3 nights.
It was fun. They have the water park is awesome. They've basically 2 sides, like 2 big water parks with like a wave pool, tons of slides, little kids areas, like, lots
Sure.
of chairs for the parents and,
Uh-huh.
hot tubs, all that. It was nice. It was nice. And then they have tons of activities. Like we were never stuck for something to do.
Uh-huh.
So the kids loved it. We had a great suite with the bunk beds, and the kids had their own little area. It was the den, wolf den or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. Just sounds like pure
Paradise.
pure
It
hell.
was a lot of
pure
it was
hell.
just kids screaming.
Yes. Constantly.
all the time.
Three straight
All
days.
And
the time.
echoing indoors.
Yeah, and it was all indoors. Everything's indoors. I don't think we went outside for like 3
What a way to
days.
spend the
It was
summer.
hot.
What a great way to spend
I know.
the summer.
I would suggest doing that in the winter, but we happened to be there in the summer. The other thing Great Wolf Lodge has is the whole story about there's characters that they have, and they do story time with these characters every night. And like, I didn't know any of this, right? You just think, oh, there's a wolf. No, there's a whole like woodland animals, a whole cast of woodland
Like a
animals.
mechanical cast of characters.
There
like
is.
the
They are
Simpsons
mechanical.
Chuck E. Cheese show.
Yes, that's what they do. Part of it's on a screen and part of it's mechanical.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I don't know what they do at the other ones. I'm assuming they're all the same, right? And then the one mascot would come out every now and then. Like it was a big life-size mascot, right? And they would walk around all the kids' areas, and everybody, of course, gravitates to the mascot. Why is it that we always take a picture? We feel compelled to take a picture with any mascot anytime. Like this one was a bear. Brinley Bear was the one that we saw. We saw him twice.
Great Wolf Lodge has a mascot that's a bear, not a wolf.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's one of the cast of characters. This is the only one we ever saw. I don't know if
any
the
of
wolf
them
came out.
wolves?
I think
Like,
so. Yeah.
You know how wolves
I don't know. I didn't
travel
really.
in packs.
Well-
They should be having multiple wolves.
They have
Yes.
it's all the woodland creatures together, and then they have their
What,
own
the wolves
cartoon.
in their dinner? What is this?
I guess so. The bear's bigger, but
Okay.
the bear was the mascot that we saw.
It's probably the
And-
only woodland creature a wolf wouldn't eat.
So
But I
you're
don't.
telling
Yes.
me
Well, the bear would eat the wolf, right?
how many pictures?
I don't know.
How many pictures do you have in your collection?
I have like 6 photos or more of my kids, my sister's kids with this bear mascot. Why do we do that?
Well, like,
Why do we just gravitate to mascots? Why do we need to take a picture? I don't know who's in there. I don't know if that's somebody creepy.
you're the
Why
one
am I having them hug my kid and take a photo? I'm not going to do that with a stranger, right?
I
But the
don't
kids
understand.
go over, and like Kendall's scared of everybody else except me. She goes right over, hugs the bear, takes a photo. I'm like, what's wrong with this? Why do we do that? What's the London Knights guy or any like mascot at a game?
Right.
Like everybody's like,
Sure.
oh, there's the mascot, and we have to take pictures with. Why do we do that?
Why?
Yes.
M-
Why do we care that much?
We don't. My kids were terrified of seeing the Knights mascot at
Oh,
Christmas
really?
time, so-
Oh,
yes.
well,
Of course.
the London Knights
Like they
mascot
literally
was
cowered
throwing
under the
prizes.
chairs until he left the section.
Really? Oh, no. Mine are just like, oh, there's the mascot. And we all have to take photos. I don't know why we do that. Why
Well,
do we
you-
care about mascots so much?
Well, you're the
Especially
one-
this
wait a
one that
second.
we didn't know.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but I don't understand. If you're the one with how many are on your phone? How many pictures on your
Oh,
phone?
at least 6.
Okay.
At least 6. And
So
then I
you
realized
took-
later, why did I do that?
Yeah, you're the one that took the pictures.
Yes.
And you don't know why.
No, I'm just like, there's a mascot. I must take a photo. It's immediate.
It's the same thing. It occurs to
And
me
I-
that we've done this topic.
Have we?
Years
Have we?
ago, we've done this exact topic, and it was about Jana. Because it was all about, oh, look, there's a deer. I must take a photo.
Yeah.
That's right.
What will you
Like-
do with that photo after? Maybe glance at it once and
Yep.
say, neat.
Yes. Pretty much.
There's a deer on my hike that I'm on, and I'm going to take
Yeah.
a photo of this
I
deer,
know.
this animal, this woodland creature, and I
Look,
will
there's
never
an eagle
care
in a
about it.
tree.
Yep.
There's an
Yeah.
eagle in that tree. Well, it's far away and it's really blurry, but there's an eagle up there.
Yeah,
I
We're
somebody
swear.
get a camera.
We better get a picture of
Why
that.
do we do that?
Well, I don't know because
Like we
I
must take
stopped.
photos. We don't just stop and appreciate. We have to take a photo.
I stopped taking pictures of deer a long time ago because they're everywhere.
Yes,
and
they are.
there was no point. But I still, like even today, I was playing golf as I normally do,
Mhm.
and there were 3 deer right in the middle, like they were, and there were golfers everywhere. And of the golfers everywhere, several had their phones out
Yes.
taking pictures of the deer.
Yeah.
It's like
You
they're
will never
always
look
here.
at that picture again.
They're always here, guys.
When
But
you
at least
go
a mascot's
through,
like made to get your attention, right? Like that's the
Yes.
whole reason you have a mascot. It's this
Right.
big spectacle of a suit, and they're
Yeah.
expensive. And I'm sure this didn't make news where you guys were, but it was huge news here, where for weeks throughout August,
Yeah.
the government of Alberta was having a surplus sale of junk they don't need anymore on their website. And it was an auction, and you could bid on random stuff Alberta doesn't want anymore.
Okay.
Right.
And one of these
I wish I
items
knew about that.
was a silver spandex Donair costume that they apparently ordered from some special effects company in LA for like a Don't Get High and Drive commercial that they never even made.
Wow.
So they're selling
A
this
Donair,
costume.
like the food?
Yes.
For getting
Like,
high.
Like spandex
you wanna eat
pants
that
and the
when you're
arms are out and then the whole body is like someone would have to wear a Donair.
Okay.
And there's a bidding war.
People
between
want this
that.
a
outfit.
Donair restaurant in Halifax and some Donair restaurant in
Yes.
Edmonton.
Absolutely, they should
The
have
Edmonton one won it for like $18,000.
Wow.
that. Wow.
It's so important to them.
Wow. The
Well,
government of Alberta really lucked out with that. that
pretty
bid.
pretty much tells you everything you need to
Yeah,
know.
I don't
right
know why
there.
I don't know why we have mascots.
It doesn't matter. That's why
They
we
get
have
attention and
mascots.
we all take pictures with it. We all fall into the
That's-
trap.
And that's why we have mascots. You proved it.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
it's like a self.
And now I've got these pictures forever.
Dave, you said you went to New York City, didn't you?
Yes.
How much did the Elmo charge you for your picture?
Oh.
Oh no, the naked cowboy. At least
was
he's
there?
a person.
Yeah, there's the naked cowboy. There's Elmo.
Yeah.
There's Captain America. There's these two women who are wearing very little, and they have stuff painted on their butt cheeks.
Okay.
And you can get your photos taken with them.
Did you get a few
People
photos
in-
from afar with them?
I was gonna do like a panoramic video for you, Rachel, because you asked me to in Times Square, but everybody else was doing it. Literally everyone, and I hated it.
Were they
hated-
all
So you
wearing
didn't-
Blue Jays hats?
I hated Times Square. I hated the people there.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
hated the whole thing, and I didn't. So no, I didn't get bothered by Elmo or even the ladies with the butt cheeks. Or
Oh.
anything. I
How
just
much
kept-
do they charge? Did you find out?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I didn't talk to any of them.
Well, it's like in Las
They-
Vegas when the
but they
girls,
were-
the big
they
with
were-
the big feathers on the street corner.
They were
you know-
busy. They were busy.
Yeah. Do they have lineups? People line up?
I didn't see any lineups.
I haven't been to New York for years.
They're just everywhere. They're Times Square. It's a lot.
It's
That's what it
it's
should
a
say.
lot.
It's really a lot.
Yeah.
And this podcast, by the way, is brought to you by Fore Oxford.
Yes. Thank you to Fore Oxford for sponsoring us. They're
For Oxford, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
it's a lot, but
And
it's
you're
a
gonna-
lot in a good way because they have
Yeah.
a lot going on.
And we're going to tell you about everything going on in just a little bit. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This podcast is sort of like renaming your social media outlet X after you spent billions
Ugh.
buying it. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's
God, I'm really starting to hate Elon.
Starting to.
Just can't stand him.
Makes no
There
sense.
was a time where I was like, maybe we should get a Tesla as our next car. And now I'm like, no, I just hate him so much.
Anyway, this podcast, this fine, high quality podcast, which is back after a lengthy break, is brought to you by Fore Oxford,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to tell you more about them and stuff coming up. It's an exciting time of year. We're now
For
into-
them, you're going
well,
to
for
wrap up
them-
golf soon, Dave. And then where do you go? Fore
Exactly.
Oxford.
Exactly.
They're Woodstock's premier indoor golf and clubhouse. We'll tell you more in a bit.
All right, I have a little update to a story that I believe we talked about on a previous podcast.
Okay.
Where I said I was spotting little creatures in my lawn, and you were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, snakes!" I said, "No, voles."
Oh, yeah. Vole.
Right,
I've
vole.
never heard of a vole before.
Mm,
VOLE.
Right, we can take a month off, but we're not done with Dave's lawn.
nope. No, my lawn. My
We are
lawn
never
always
done
comes
until the
first.
snow flies. And even then, the snowplow will come along and
And
fuck
wreck
it
my
up,
lawn.
and we will hear it. We will be the first to hear about
That's
it.
right. They'll wreck my lawn.
Yeah.
Anyway, voles and moles are very similar creatures. They probably, I don't know because I've never really seen a mole. I
Okay.
know what voles look like now. And so a mole is a meat eater and a vole is a vegetarian. And so what voles do is they will invade your property and they make little tunnels everywhere and they like to eat the roots of your whatever's growing, like grass,
Oh.
mostly grass. They love
Wow.
that. And they leave tracks everywhere and whatever.
Okay.
And I would actually see them. I had tracks in my lawn a number of years ago And usually in the winter, they will do that. You'll see it in the snow, actually. They'll be underneath the snow doing it. But these were in.
So you're out there seeing them.
Yeah.
And
was
how do
seeing
they
them.
respond to old men on rocking chair yelling and waving fist?
No, I don't wave fist. But I saw one at one point, and he was just literally out in the sun, chewing away on my lawn. And I thought to myself, you son, like you're because the minute I move, you're gone like a shot. Boom,
Right.
they're gone.
Yeah.
And I would see them when I was cutting the grass, but never under the lawnmower.
How big are they? How big are voles?
They are they're slightly bigger than a mouse, I would say. They
Okay.
look very similar to a mouse, but bigger. And they're
Okay.
kind of a dark brown or a black color, I think. Anyway,
Okay.
so I had mentioned this earlier that you can make a concoction and you can spray, and apparently they'll leave because they don't like the smell or they don't like whatever you've done.
Okay.
And so I tried that. I believe I used some cod liver oil that we found.
Someone sent us a recipe with that in it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody did send.
We
us
got a
recipe.
few messages about voles, and there was a few people who said, "Oh, they multiply quickly, voles.
Yeah, well,
So watch out."
I discovered that. I did a little research on them,
Ugh.
as I said before, and then I went to one of the I believe it's a Home Hardware. I went in there because sometimes the Home Hardware will have ideas for you, and I said, "Look, have you got anything for voles?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, we have this spray stuff, and it specifically says it's for deer, it's for rabbits. It'll repel, and it says voles. You
Oh,
just
good.
Spray it wherever they're hanging out, and they'll leave. They'll hate
Okay.
it, and they'll leave."
Good.
And I went, okay. So I bought a thing of that, sprayed and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed. And for a little while, I didn't see any. But then they came back. And then I ran out, so I bought another bottle. Now I'm giving that guy lots of my money, and I sprayed and I sprayed and I sprayed and I sprayed. And then they were still there. And it seems like I'm seeing them everywhere. Like they're on, they're the only place they didn't go to was my front lawn, side lawn, back lawn. They're because I have a corner lot. So finally, I reached the stage where I went, well, I've got to do something. This is not working. And so I again Google what to do with voles. Well, you can trap voles.
Okay.
You could trap them like you would trap. You could do the humane thing and trap them in those,
Like a live
humane-
trap.
like a live trap, like a
Right.
mouse, right? And it says
Oh,
you
okay.
throw a little peanut butter there, and
Sure.
they'll go in, and then it closes down, and you can take it and let them out. And I thought to myself, well, that's not really what I want to do. I don't really want to let them out. I don't want to have to.
I don't want them
you
to
know,
go back on my lawn.
Well, I don't want to carry them anywhere.
Right.
I don't want a live vole in my car while I drive them out of town.
No.
I don't want that. That seems to me something that I really don't want. And plus, it seems hard. It seems like a lot
Seems
of
like more
work.
work for you.
Yeah, it seems like more work
Yeah,
than I really
I
want
get
to
it.
do. But then there's the other option, which is the old-fashioned spring-loaded mousetrap.
Mm-hmm.
That apparently you don't have to, and you don't even have to put bait in for voles because
Well.
with a vole. And listen, if we had some people that were upset about the skunk that ended up in my pool. Now that wasn't
Yes,
my
we
fault.
had a bunch of people upset about that. Yeah.
There were some people that were upset that I don't have anything in my pool to help critters get out. If I see a critter in trouble, I get them out, but I can't
Right.
do anything if it happens. I don't have that in my pool, and I understand you can buy that stuff in your pool. I just haven't.
Right.
I have no plans to. I don't ask them to jump in my pool.
The skunk got in overnight, and as I recall, you found him in the
anyway.
morning. Is that right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. So
he
it's
was-
not. You couldn't have
It had
gone.
Already
before.
happened. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's nothing I can do. But anyway, if critters meeting their demise, if that bothers you, you may want to fast forward now out of this portion of,
Okay.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Put it at twice
Sorry.
the speed.
Yeah, put it up to twice the speed, and maybe it'll make you laugh as I talk about.
Mhm.
So I read about the old-fashioned mousetrap, and basically with a vole, you don't like with a mouse. I think you're supposed to put cheese, and then they'll go for the cheese, and bam.
Yeah. Sure.
And
Yeah.
they're an absolute nightmare to set. I can't
The
set
mouse
them
traps?
anymore because
Yeah, they're
you
not
set
fun.
and you're like
They're not
you're shaking and you're jiggling and you're ever so
They're
gently
not fun.
trying to put them down and they go bam. Like, shit.
I'm so that's right.
How many times have you snapped your fingers, Forman?
So many.
Anyway.
I can't touch them. I can't even look at them.
So anyway,
They're just the worst
I
invention.
reached the stage where I think, so this thing, basically, when I Google it, it says with a bowl, you merely put the trap perpendicular to one of their pathways. And, whatever happens, happens. Okay. So I think to myself, I think I need to do that. I'm not sure that I really want to, but I think I know. It's not who I've never.
You've tried everything.
I've never set a mouse trap in my life before. I don't even know if I know how to do it. But Amazon, you can get a dozen mouse traps for like $10.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot
They're
of
cheap.
money. Not a lot of money.
Yeah.
No.
So I order them. I'm sitting outside watching bulls running everywhere, and I think, okay, guys, I'm fighting back. Okay, if
here comes Dave.
This means war.
Big bad Dave.
Guys, you won't go away. I tried to spray you away. You won't leave. Like, sorry about your luck. So they show up the next day. I put 3 of them immediately perpendicular to little pathways where I see these guys, and within 15 minutes, I hear the snap of one. And Forman, you're right. They're not easy to set. So I don't even really want to look, right?
I wouldn't either.
This is just not who I am.
That would definitely be Jeremy's job at my house.
I just don't want to look.
Yep.
So I go, and the trap is flipped right
roll
over.
your eyes at me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of course it is. And they have no sympathy for your snap fingers.
No.
So anyway, it's flipped right over. I go over and I kind of kick it with my foot, and there's nothing in it. Someone got away with it.
One that you actually got set properly and put down without closing it on yourself.
What a
and
bitch,
it got nothing.
So I reload it, put it back, and I got the 3 of them are out there in the same spot. Anyway, it's dark.
So angry right now.
I'm going to bed. I get up the next morning. I'm playing golf early in the morning. I go outside. I'm excited to go outside and think to myself, I wonder if any traps have gone off.
Yeah.
And I look and I see that there's something in a trap. I can see it from my deck, but I don't have time to deal with it, and I, quite frankly, don't want to deal with it. So I go and play golf, and one of the guys I golf with, I just said, hey, have you ever used a mouse trap before? Oh, yeah. I said, did you ever catch anything? Oh, yeah. I said, well, I'm trying to catch bulls. Oh, yeah. And I think I've caught one. He goes, oh, yeah, you just kind of pull the thing back and get them out of there. I'm like, it sounds rather unpleasant.
Just throw the whole trap in the garbage. That's what you do.
It sounds rather unpleasant. He goes, yeah, a little bit. You might want to wear gloves.
I can see you in a hockey helmet and oven mitts.
Absolutely.
In a fishing net.
Yes.
Anyway.
Dave's going out there fully covered, fully prepared for whatever this bull's going to spray at him when he unloads the trap.
So anyway, by the end of, so I come home, I get him, I deal with him. It was rather unpleasant, as you can imagine, but I thought, well, I'm not wasting the trap, Rachel.
I would.
Yes, you do.
God, I would just throw the whole thing out.
I'm not wasting the trap. So, Vol 1 gone. I think, maybe there's only one.
So you did it.
Maybe there's only one.
Why not leave him out as a lesson for the rest of you?
Well, that's what you would think. So
now we're getting real medieval.
That's right.
Put you on top of the wall.
So I have the other 2, and then I think, well, maybe
Head on a spike.
I'll put one out in the side lawn too, and the other 2 are still sitting where they were. And I put this one back in the other position that it was before.
Okay.
Within 2 hours, I had 3 more. Now I'm getting real good at getting them out of traps. Like, just it's anyway. So it's turned into Armageddon for the Bulls.
Okay.
Well,
I'm really invested in this story now, so let's hear it.
Okay. Anyway, over the space of, I want to say 10 days, maybe 9. Anyway, I had at one point trapped, captured, eliminated, claimed victory over 9 bulls.
Oh, good.
Okay.
And also,
it's like what a day.
And also 4 mice who apparently
Great.
watered down the gene pool. So
Yep.
Bonus.
Bonus. You're right.
Yeah, it's a bonus. That's a bonus. But there's one more, and I've seen him. There's one more, and he's not biting. He's not.
He's the
So-
master vole.
Well,
He knows how to
maybe.
escape.
I don't know. 9. Imagine 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had 10. That's how many you had.
Well, yes. Had is the key word here.
Oh, you
good.
got him.
Okay, good for
So
you.
On the final day
Putting
of
us
battle,
back down to regular speed.
final day of battle, I'm out cutting my grass. I'm out cutting the grass, and out of nowhere, this bull darts across past one of the trees in my backyard and makes a beeline and dives into the window well.
Hmm.
And I thought, you little son of
You're
I'm
stuck
gonna-
there
I'm gonna
now,
get
bud.
ya.
Anyway, so I just went,
I'm gonna
"Ah,
get
well,
ya."
I'll do it. I finished cutting the lawn, and then I went back, and there he is
Yep.
in the window well.
Mm.
Can't get
Think to
out.
myself, okay, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
So I got a little net out, and I got a shovel, and I'm trying to get him in
Just
the
get
net
up.
and the
Okay.
shovel, and it's all you can do, right? And he somehow gets out and burrows under the
Oh.
That
But-
little shit.
there was a little pathway by that window well. So I just thought, yeah, I'll load up. I'll go back into my Amazon bag and get a few more
Okay.
more
Good thing you
traps.
saved them.
Layered the area, and within 3 hours, the war was over.
Ah, victory for Dave.
Victory was achieved.
Slow clap.
Thank you very much. Thank
Very
you,
good.
Dave V. Voles. Dave won.
Dave is
One.
the victor.
I was the victor in the
Good for you.
Dave
Yeah.
10, Vol 0.
Dave 10.
10 plus
Voles
4.
0. Well, and the mice, I'm really sorry, guys, but
Yeah.
Get
that
out.
It was not my intent, but
The lawn has been saved
for now, I don't want them back.
for another day.
For 10 voles. That's a lot.
That's a lot. It is a
Yeah,
lot. I mean,
that's
I
a
hope
lot.
you got them all. I don't know. I mean, if you've not seen any more,
I haven't seen any in a
Okay, well
while.
then, good.
I
Take
think
it.
I think the word got out.
Don't
I
worry,
hope
those
so.
guys from Rogers will be back with a bucket load of them.
Yeah, I bet.
I didn't.
Fuck you, Collins!
Throw bulls on your lawn. Ooh.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, a podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Fore, Oxford, 972 Dundas Street in Woodstock.
Yeah, they're Woodstock's premier indoor golf and clubhouse. Golf season's wrapping up, Dave. You got maybe a month or two left? Maybe?
No.
Yeah.
And all those indoor golf
Yeah.
leagues are returning this fall.
They
Yes.
are.
Yeah, so you can get registered right now for open. It's registered. Registration is open for ladies, men's, co-ed, and kids leagues, which is cool.
Oh,
and that
kids, too.
includes
That's
a
cool.
15-week world tour of some of the best international courses, and you'll enjoy 20% off their league rounds each week. So
Oh.
you can register, contact the clubhouse, go to info@foreoxford.ca, give them a call. It's amazing to do all winter.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And when they do something like that, a 15-week world tour of some of the best courses, that's kind of fun. You could be anywhere in the world playing some golf course, and where are we playing this week? And
Yeah.
the leagues are a lot. I know a lot of people that do indoor golf and join leagues, and they're a lot of fun. People
Well,
really
you've
get
done
into that.
indoor golf
Yes.
in the winter
lot.
that
I
you
have.
do that
Mhm.
sometimes, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, if no one's tried it, is it similar
Yeah, except that you don't
to
have
real
to do,
golf?
you never lose your golf ball, and
That's good.
you don't have to walk very far, so it's great. I
Yeah.
love it. And at Fore Oxford, all skill levels, non-golf. You don't have to even be a golfer. Everybody can come, and they have a lot of things there other than just playing golf. They have paint nights. They
Yeah.
have trivia. They have cornhole, for goodness sake.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of events. It's a rental space. You can rent out the space also if you want. They're licensed, so you can have a drink while
Oh,
you're
yeah.
there.
It's fun.
While you're doing your indoor golf or your league or whatever. So yeah, you can check them out. For Oxford, FORE, like for Oxford.ca is their website. Indoor registration for indoor leagues are starting. They also have tournaments that they do, and the
I
tournament
know.
schedules are up too. So you can check that out on their website.
Yeah,
Plus-
they have stroke play events. They have best ball tournaments, and there are cash prizes. So if you're
Yeah.
good at
Ooh,
this, you could maybe win a little.
I should
win a
send my
little
husband to
cash.
make some
Yeah, they
money.
have a Chase the Ace contest, too.
Okay.
Oh, do they?
I like that.
Cool.
Fun.
All right.
So thanks for Fore Oxford. Thanks for sponsoring us, and please check them out.
Yeah.
Woodstock.
ForeOxford.ca. That's where you want to go. I mean, that's, register. Go. Have fun there.
Have fun all winter long.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Brought to you by Fore Oxford. Forget about them. 972 Dundas Street, Woodstock. This is the podcast that's, it's kind of like my golf game. Some good, some bad, but mostly mediocre.
Yeah. That's what we
Few
think.
swear words, mediocre.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Well, it's funny that you guys have talked about where you've been all summer, and like we'll read more of your messages that we've gotten over the last few weeks as well. But like there's several like from Annie who say, we came all the way from Fingal, Ontario to Nova Scotia to hear Forman on the radio. Sadly, he must be on holidays. But we saw the station he works at. Yeah, I was in Ontario.
That's so
I
funny.
got Annie's message. I saw that and I thought, I think he's here right now, actually.
Yeah, you went there. He came here.
You
Yeah,
went
I
there,
was there
he came here.
twice.
You need to coordinate.
You came
that.
home a lot this summer, Forman.
Yeah, I did a week. I spent a lot of time on Flair Airlines.
Did you? And do you have any reviews for us? Because I've never taken them.
Well, actually, one of the other messages was, "Hey, Forman, what was the airline you said never to take between Halifax and Toronto?" And I was like, well, it was Flair, but 2 very solid, stress-free trips I've had. Flair,
Oh.
Halifax to Ottawa and Halifax right into London.
On Flair.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Flair Airlines. You know their
Halifax to
slogan.
London, they've got a direct flight.
We sometimes have
Oh.
planes.
Yes.
We
I know. In the spring,
that
I
haven't
got
been seized.
exactly.
Okay, good.
We
Well,
still
I'm
own
glad.
some of them.
Flair Airlines. We'll get you there. Maybe.
Eventually. Yeah, that's right. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm
No,
glad
in the
you had a
spring,
good
I got Halifax to London for $80.
Did you?
Oh, wow.
That sounds
No
about
wonder you're
right.
home all the
What do they
time.
just shove you out over the city when you're home?
With the parachute.
out.
Push you out.
Get out. We're here.
Get out.
Yeah.
We got people to
Hurry
deliver
up.
We got a delivery for Thunder Bay. Get
Yeah.
out.
Well, so the first trip was to our family cottage, which is kind of between Kingston and Ottawa.
Yeah.
Visited my family.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
For
How's mom?
Mom, I don't know why, but like if mom offers to go to events and do other things with your kids, and we're like, no, we don't want to go do that. We just want to be here at the cottage. We never get to be. You get to come here every weekend or all you want. You don't. You're retired, right?
Mm.
Right.
And we're like, we just want to stay here, and then no one's happy about it, and everyone's a little bit pissy with each other, and then you come home back to Halifax and realize, why didn't we just let her take the kids? If you want to go to a kids show,
Yeah.
go. Why do we think we had to be a part of that? We didn't have to be a part of that.
That's what grandparents are for.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
They
She
wanted
can
to go to
take them.
museums in the city. You could have at it.
Yeah,
I'll be on
go.
the dock.
Yes.
What the hell? What an idiot. Why didn't I take
You
advantage of
should
any of
have.
that?
Yeah, if she was okay with that, with just taking the kids, go
Mhm.
wild.
Rachel does that all the time. Here,
Yeah.
mom, take the kids.
Yeah, I do. That's true.
Yeah.
All of
But then
our
anyway,
all of
I
our
mean-
parents actually.
It wasn't
Great.
exactly a stress-free week anyway, regardless, because we had one day of they've got this little inboard outboard speedboat, and you can rip around the lake on it, and did one day, it was totally fine. The next day, Emily really wanted to get out on the tube and go tubing and do all that stuff. The boat quits. And the guy's there for, apparently the person who's there for 4 days a year is in charge of being the boat mechanic. Because everyone knows my mechanically inclined skills.
Oh, you're the boat mechanic. Well, you're the president of the canoe club.
Okay.
Of course, you love
No.
boats.
No. Yeah, but a canoe doesn't have a motor.
Well, okay,
Like
but
if
you,
something's wrong with the canoe.
you
it's
love
usually-
boats.
it's
You're out
either
on them all the time. You can
if
figure that
there's
out.
something wrong with the canoe. There's either a hole in it,
Yeah.
or the paddles
Or
are
the
missing.
rower-
Oh,
Where's the
that
row?
was the canoe. The carburetor is acting up on the
That's
canoe.
right.
That's right.
So what was the problem with the boat?
I don't know. I never got it fixed, and I actually haven't heard the final answer. They ended up having to get the neighbor
It was.
to tow the boat with their boat and a rope across the
Oh.
lake to a marina.
What a hardship.
Yeah.
What?
I tried everything. I've
So
done
there's
more
no
with that boat.
resolution to this story. It's just
I
that
think
you
it's
couldn't
been
fix it.
fixed since. Yeah,
Oh,
I tried
okay.
everything.
Okay.
And
But I
nobody
discovered
else knew how
things
to
like-
fix this.
Well, it was like, maybe should an air filter be covered in this much solid gunk No, that
Probably
might have
not.
been part of a problem.
Probably
Should the
not.
spark?
Yeah.
You take the little ends off the spark plugs and realize, well, they're covered in dirt and filth and goo and hair and everything else.
Oh.
It was like, Mom, what marina do you take this? She takes us to a place every spring, and they're like, "Yep, it's good for the season."
So they just
They're
start
taking
it
her
up?
money, and they laugh and laugh and laugh. I'm sure because I literally did nothing.
I don't even know what a spark plug looks like, so you're ahead of me on that. I could take that thing apart and be like, I don't know. Looks fine
I
to
don't
me.
know.
I don't know. I find it odd though, and I don't know. There's something. I'm just trying to put this in perspective that you're complaining about the boat. I mean, I don't.
First
I don't
world
have
problem. It's like when Dave's sprinkler system got cut
That's right.
and no
exactly.
one gave a shit
No one
because
cares.
he's part of the 1%.
Yes.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
one cares.
I do
Mhm.
appreciate, though, Foreman, how, as I've known you for, I don't know, 20 years probably now, since
Yeah.
school, you've become a lot more handy. I admire that about
Not
you.
quite that handy.
Not quite, not like
handy enough
100%, but you're doing it. You're at least
Slightly.
trying. People are relying on you.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
I'm
that's, I'm
taking
proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Parts out of motors and then looking
Yes.
at them and thinking,
thinking,
now where
this
were
can't
they
be
supposed
right.
to go back to?
Yes, but at least you know you can identify what the parts are and
Yeah.
that they probably don't look right.
Yeah,
I think
had the
that's,
pleasure.
you know,
I had the pleasure of being driven around by my mother, which was fine and very kind of her. But she's trying to entertain the children, so I got to listen to the world's worst radio station, Kids Bop Radio on Sirius XM.
oh, yeah, we listen to
Oh.
that all the time. All the time.
FML.
Wait a second, Rachel.
Why?
Rachel, what do you pay for that?
Yeah.
Not as much
Don't
as my
tell
mom,
anybody.
because I asked her, I was
Don't
like,
tell
how
anybody about
much?
that. I didn't want to pay for. I should
No,
just
no.
listen to terrestrial radio, but I did pay for that, and I pay for that because it has Kids Bop, because it's all the songs my kids like, but appropriate. Because sometimes
my
they're
God,
not
I hate it.
appropriate.
Oh.
Hey, I'm one of the Kids Bop kids. You're listening to Kids Bop Radio.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well, it's for kids, Foreman. That's who
And
it's
the same
for.
6
You're not their
songs.
audience. Yeah, well,
Yes,
like-
I should be. It should be entertaining. It's learn something from Pixar. It's for the kids and the parents.
Yes, that's right, Rachel.
okay.
That's exactly
I mean,
right.
ideally,
Don't just
sure.
take mom and
First of
dad's
all-
money and say, fuck you guys. Here's a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Why would anybody pay money to have Kids Bop Radio?
I pay money
in-
just for Kids Bop,
in
and
your-
also I like
but
90s
only-
on 9.
but
that's a
only
good
in your
station.
vehicle. You only listen to it in the car.
Yeah,
You can have it on your phone. You can have it in the house.
yeah, you can listen to it wherever. You just need the app. You have to download the app.
Okay. I don't understand why anybody would pay to be trapped in a car with Kids Bop. Why
Yeah.
would you pay for that?
Well, that's okay, Rachel. I'll make you feel better right now. Guess how much my mom pays?
How much?
Because every time they the price has to go up. The price. She
Yes.
never argues with them.
right.
She pays $43 a month.
What?
That was my reaction. What are you doing?
Call them and say I'm not willing to pay that
told
anymore.
Well,
They will lower it.
God.
Yeah, sure.
That's crazy.
Do not pay people. If you're
No.
listening to this podcast, I strongly, as a former radio personality, don't pay for something that's free. Don't
Right.
Yeah.
ever. There
Well-
should never be. I understand.
You can
I-
stream Kids Bop on like
I
Spotify or stuff and
I
stuff. You don't
understand
need,
Howard
but in the car
Stern,
you can.
paying maybe money to listen to Howard Stern. But honestly, we got a new vehicle several months ago, which came for 2 months or 3, whatever it is.
With Sirius, yeah.
With Sirius, and we would listen to your 90s on whatever, and 80s on 8, and 90s on 9.
Yeah.
But everybody on there is terrible.
Some of them are really bad, but some of them are good actually.
No,
Some
they're
of the
terrible.
hosts are
They have
decent.
they have the old MTV VJs. They're all like,
Yeah.
they're
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Then,
Yeah.
then on the one,
There's
I
some of
think
the
it's
people in LA that I'm like, oh my God,
the
how do
80s
you
that-
have a job?
Hey, look, I'm just telling you, you're paying money for that. There's
I know.
one with Rick
Well, that's how they get paid.
Springfield, and Rick Springfield is terrible. He's terrible.
They pay for the name, right?
Yeah,
That's what they're
exactly.
they're
Right.
hiring the
And
name
and guess what song he plays? Jesse's Girl.
Yeah,
a
of course.
lot.
every show. I
Every
bet.
time you put
Yeah.
him on,
He
what
better.
he's playing.
If I'm going to turn
my
on that
God,
channel on
side note.
purpose, that's all I want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. That's right. Rick Springfield plays his hit.
Speaking of that genre and that era of music, we went bowling with the kids and they play all those videos on the bowling screens and we got Rickrolled because they started playing Rick Astley as we were there. And even my kids were like, Mom, it's a Rickroll. Like they knew. Anyway, so
okay, sure, great.
Just saying.
Well,
anyway, obviously it's nice to have must be nice you have a cottage. Must be nice you have a boat. Must be nice you can pay $40 for satellite radio.
Yeah, Mom.
It's too much. You shouldn't pay that much.
Yeah.
Call them and tell them you don't want to pay that much and they'll lower it.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
trust me.
But then we came back for a couple weeks, and then my next trip was to my father-in-law's hunt camp.
Oh, it's the annual hunt camp trip.
Yes.
Okay, with all the boys.
It's been several years due to COVID, but boy,
Okay.
all the boys are there.
Yep.
Plus my father-in-law.
How many
plus
go?
A new boy.
A new boy?
There's 6 of us in total.
Okay.
That's a very testosterone-fueled trip, isn't it?
Yeah, when you think of me, you think, boy, that's a lot of
Yeah.
testosterone.
I think of you. I don't think of you at a hunt camp. Actually,
Right,
That's
no,
not,
I don't, but it's because your
Well,
father.
it's summertime,
it's
so
your
we're not.
father-in-law's.
Yeah, we're not hunting. It was just fishing and.
Do you go in
there's
the
a couple
winter
beers.
too?
Well, they go hunting
you
in
did?
it's October, November is
I
moose
thought you
and
went
deer
fishing
season.
up there sometimes.
They do
Fi-
syrup and
Yeah, fishing
in the
the
spring.
summer. Yeah.
Okay.
Fishing in the summer, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's 6 of us in total, with a couple of new boys this year. which
New
is great.
boys. Okay, I like new boys.
Yeah, Aaron and Ian and Jordan and my father-in-law Barry. But my favorite part, next to the very large missed opportunity of not recording the overnight sounds of the hunt cabin, because it's just a symphony of snores and farts.
Oh God, that's gross. Okay, I don't really like the new boys now.
You got your wheezers, your train whistles, your growlers, your purrs. You got them all.
Everybody's snoring,
Plus
farting.
the long farts, the high farts, the quick farts, the wet farts.
Oh God, yeah, it's kind of like being in my house, but like there's 6 of them.
Yeah. But the
I
best.
don't even know what that means. 6 what?
6 farters,
new boys?
sleep
6 bucks?
I
farters,
don't know. What's a
Yeah.
new boy? I don't even know.
new
I'm
boys,
completely
new to the
lost.
camp.
I'm
It's always.
New to the camp and the
Okay.
most
All
But
right.
now that I
entertaining
know
part of the
everybody's
camp.
snoring and farting, I don't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It doesn't
No,
seem so
it
nice.
was it was getting to
It's
watch.
just like being at home, Rachel. isn't
Well,
it? I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
Times 6. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, times 6 or however many.
I didn't even get to the thing. I kept trying. I set up like 6 times. You kept saying other shit.
Sorry. Keep going.
I said half of it. The most entertaining part of the camp was not that. It was
Not
getting
the
to
snores
watch.
and farts.
Oh,
No.
I rang the bell too soon. What was the
That's not the
part?
out, Dave.
Yeah. Come on. There's
was
more?
Getting
I
to
thought
watch
there
the 2 new best friends that anyone could have, and watching the Barry and Brian show.
Oh, your father-in-law and Brian from St. Mary's.
was-
And they are besties now.
They are after that.
You know what?
weekend.
They would be besties. Because I've met both of them, and I think, yes, that makes a lot of sense to me.
He's
Yeah.
like, I've only ever met Barry over dinner, and he's a lot different over dinner. I said, yeah, because Marlene's there.
It's a lot different when,
Yeah,
Marlene's
guys
not
are
around.
different when their wives aren't around, I
Why
guess.
do I feel like you're going to get in trouble for him? And I just feel like this is, you know,
You're teetering.
this whole conversation. You
edge.
tell your mom, by the way, that I'd be more than willing to go up and spend some time at your
Working on her boat?
Not working on the boat, but as long as she doesn't put Kids Bop on, I'd like to spend time with her. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Fore. Oxford.
Yes, Woodstock's premier indoor golf and clubhouse. They've got tournaments happening, and you can start registering for those this fall. And indoor leagues, registration is open for those because, you're only going to be able to golf outside, Dave, for the next month
Rachel.
and a bit.
Thanks, Rach.
Sorry.
Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah.
Better
No,
get on
but-
the indoor club list.
Yeah, no, it's fun because they'll do they have tournaments, they have
Yep.
leagues. It's fun.
Even non-golf related. So, I mean,
Yeah.
paint nights and trivia and cornhole. It's
Yeah.
all
Cornhole.
great.
Yeah, and sometimes they have concerts and stuff. You can rent it out if you want, if you're looking for like an indoor space in the Woodstock area.
Christmas party.
Christmas party. Actually, that's a good
That's
idea.
great idea.
They
Yeah.
are licensed, so you can get drinks while you're there. You can check them out at
Just have
Fore
fun.
Oxford, Fore Oxford.ca.
Okay. Thanks to everybody that's been reaching out to us. I know that we took a lengthy break because we were exhausted.
From
And boy, don't
so-
we ever sound recharged right
Do
now.
we
Yeah.
ever. So who have we heard from?
Well, Angie says, hey, so I've learned I'm liking the fact you guys are not held back by radio rules.
Oh.
And
Ah.
and tell Jeremy to change his deodorant and your dog might go to him.
Oh, so you know what? We have had several people actually ask on the update on the dog. She still hates Jeremy.
Good.
We've done
I mean,
training.
Not good, but
Good.
thank you for the update. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
mean
the
good.
update.
Thanks
Is that
for
it
asking.
hasn't
Yeah.
changed much. We did do some training. It helped slightly. She doesn't like scurry away from him as much as she did, but she still stares a hole through him as long every time he's home all day. If he's home, she doesn't look anywhere else. She's always
Such
got
a
her eyes
surprise.
on him.
Such a surprise because Jeremy, of the two of you, Jeremy's the one that most people would gravitate to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody doesn't like Jeremy except the dog. She doesn't like him. But I get that. I get what you're saying.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
just having
thank
a
you.
little-
Yeah.
That was a very
a
small
jab.
joke.
Yeah.
Very small joke. Could I do a quick? I know that we thank you. I just want to do a quick because I did do and I don't post much, as you know, on social media. But Bob Barker passed away at the age
I saw that you posted about that.
at the age of 99, and I saw someone had posted. Isn't it amazing that he was able to go under? He passed away. He didn't go over 100.
Right.
As close as you can get without going
closest to
over.
100
That's right.
Without going over.
That's right.
It's probably
What a comfort.
it's probably too soon for that joke. But
Oh my gosh. I saw that joke constant, like the
Everywhere. It
day
was
of.
everywhere.
I
It
thought
was- it was
the
everywhere.
day
It
of,
was-
maybe a too
look,
soon. But yeah.
99 is a great long life, and don't get me wrong.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Bob
He had a great
Barker-
life.
I did do a social media post because I stole something from Bob Barker. And if you see, they did a tribute on TV last night. They were, I think the Price is Right prime time or whatever.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was a little tribute to him.
Okay.
But he had a way, and I said this in the post. He had a way of just saying the word yes to people, where maybe the contestant was really excited or whatever, and he would go yes. Yes. He
Just to placate them.
He just had that way. And when he did that, I got it. I just went, Bob, I know what you're saying. I know what you're winking at the rest of us. You're not making fun of them. You're just basically saying, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute, you do that to us all the time.
I used to do
Yeah,
that.
you
to
do that
guys.
to me a
I
lot.
stole that. Anyway, thank you, Bob Barker. I just wanted to, anyway. Shout out
One
to
of the
Bob.
greats. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a good life, though.
Yeah,
Very good
and
life.
you were talking about dogs, and that's a great dog name, Bob Barker. Just
Yep,
saying.
have your pets
Well,
spayed or neutered.
Yep,
That's
have
true.
have
You're
your
right.
Bob Barker spayed or neutered. That's right. That's right.
And
Exactly.
what are we on now? Episode 43?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, 44.
4?
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, Melissa says, I just listened to the entire episode 21 podcast.
Oh, Melissa finally got to us.
Oh, good.
Remember Melissa? She hadn't listened, and she finally got to us.
Yeah. She says, it was fantastic. It's just like when you guys were on the radio. Absolutely hilarious.
The whole point. That was the
Hopefully,
word.
Foreman was able to get over his sickness before his trip.
It was so long ago.
I know. And then,
Thanks for catching up, Melissa. I hope.
Well, there's
Let us
more.
know when you hear this one.
exactly.
Our follow-up about you.
Yeah, what's the date? What
Yeah.
year will
Yeah.
it be?
Yeah, what year will that be, Melissa?
Right.
Well, because I don't even know. I don't remember this. Maybe Rachel, you can help fill us in. I can relate to Rachel on the nail polish fiasco. My
Oh,
2-year-old
yeah.
colored all over my light colored carpet and herself with permanent marker. I still can't fully get it out.
Yeah, that's when Kendall broke a bottle of nail polish on the beige
Nice.
colored carpet.
Yeah. Nice.
And it's still slightly there, but I
Uh-huh.
managed. You need pure acetone. I've learned that's what you need to get it out. 100% pure acetone, not nail polish remover. You have to go buy the acetone.
Got it.
Okay, I have one last really nice message from Jackie Saul,
Okay.
who says, I just finished binging the entire series.
Oh, wow.
See? When we take a month off, that gives you the opportunity to
can
listen
binge.
to
You
us
can catch
more.
up.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So Jackie says, I haven't laughed this hard since you guys were on the radio.
Oh.
I grew up in your listening area and went to college in Peterborough. I listened to you every day while in the Peter Patch. And even when I lived in Banff for a summer. I didn't know Peterborough was the Peter Patch.
I didn't
Peter
either,
Patch,
actually.
Peter
No.
Patch.
I was just
Yeah.
going
I'm
to say,
so
is that
glad you guys
Peterborough?
have
Peter,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that. Like I have a completely different image when I think of the term Peter Patch, and it's not
pleasant.
It's not. Well,
That's not what I thought. I thought of Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper in the Peter Patch.
That goes with
that
it.
always weirds me out too,
Yeah.
because Peter, you're pickled.
How
is
many
it-
pickled
I
peppers
always-
did Peter Piper pick?
Well, you have to be careful
In the
'cause
Peter Patch?
Is it
In the Peter
is-
Patch?
Is it a pickled pepper or is it a pickled? Never mind. You've
It's a pickled pepper.
okay.
So Jackie's in the Peter Patch,
Okay.
Okay.
listening to us,
Okay.
and even in Banff for a summer, listening to
Wow.
us.
Thank you. That's so
Nice.
nice.
Yeah. I'm so glad you guys have reunited and started the podcast. The episode about Rachel pickling stuff
See, here we go again.
Do you pickle in the Peter Patch?
had me laughing so hard. I started binging the podcast while making 76 friggin' jars of pickles.
Wow.
And before Forman and Dave question why I made 72 jars,
Yeah.
they'll last our pickle-loving family 2 years.
Okay.
Oh,
2
and I'm
years.
only 30 years old.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not alone. Thank you.
That's a lot of pickles. That's a lot.
In the Peter Patch. Pickling in the Peter Patch. With Peter Piper picking.
Peter Patch. This sounds like something you don't want.
No, it's like a condition. Need a cream for that.
She's
Yeah,
got a
that's
patch of pickles now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just stuck with it for life.
Do you need a Peter Patch?
For your pickles? What does that mean?
Let me write you a prescription.
Okay.
Once we get delirious, it's over.